Hello, this is Sue, and I just wanted to do a very quick video to explain to you, particularly for executives, why you might be struggling with your job search at the moment. And what I often find is that people have got a great network and they're fantastic at what they do. They get great results within the company that they work for. The problem happens though is when they're great within the four walls, but they then need to get outside those four walls and let other people know how great they are. And sometimes people have been really lucky, and I think that's the wrong word. You've developed key relationships with people, and you might have got your job, in the past through other people that they've recommended you. And the problem is when that kind of dries up or it's not working at the moment, you've got to be really honest with yourself and start looking at your CV and your LinkedIn profile or resume if you're from America, and be honest with yourself. If there's nobody I can't even say the word cheerleading, and being able to kind of amplify how brilliant you are, does that CV or LinkedIn profile accurate, really kind of um, showcase, your greatness, yeah, or your USP. So I normally call it your USP, your unique selling point. Because the real problem that lies is most people do a CV or a LinkedIn profile, in my opinion, completely the wrong way. So a LinkedIn profile or a CV, in my opinion, should be where it's actually not about you. And I know that's quite shocking because it's my CV, it's my LinkedIn profile, but actually you're only employed because you solve a problem. Think about it. That's the only reason why you're employed in your current role or in any job that you want to do in the future. So step one is recognizing that most people fail to really articulate uh, their USP, their unique selling point within that CV, within that LinkedIn profile. And without somebody kind of being able to back that up, it, with another human being saying how great you are, the CV and the LinkedIn profile are just not able to convince somebody when they're looking at your CV in the instant without having that knowledge about you, how good indeed that you are. So whether you use me or you use somebody else, I always say to people, you've got to have really great foundations, and the LinkedIn profile and the CV are a must. The reality is, though, in my opinion, most career coaches don't really understand what they're doing, in terms of they will talk about what you've done, where actually it's about the solutions that you can solve for an organization. So make sure that when you're working with a career coach, that they're able to do that for you. And that's exactly our mentality. The second big reason why job search fails for a lot of people is they've got the wrong mentality. And I know that you're not going to like this, but in some senses, you're waiting for the opportunity to materialize before you actually contact somebody. Now, we work a little bit in a different way than that, and we're trying to be proactive, right? And I'm going to be really straight with you. The best time to get a job is when you don't actually need a job. Okay, so it's kind of like the carrot and the stick. So these things to me are basic career management. You always need to have a great CV, a great LinkedIn profile, regardless if you want a job or not at this moment in time. I know that sounds crazy, but if you want to get clients chasing you, you need to be visible, and it needs to be clear to what you can provide to that organization. So it's about being able to be proactive. Most people tend to do this only when there's a pain attached. I think I'm about to lose my job soon. Or, yeah, the company's going through restructuring, or I've been in the company too long and I really think that I need to look for that new challenge. So we've done hundreds, literally hundreds, Yeah, of LinkedIn profiles, CVs, and the same thing keeps on coming up time and time again. You know, you need to move away from this. This is what I've done. You need to change the CV to talking about how you can solve their problems. And that's exactly our philosophy in terms of what we do. Our motto is get clients chasing you. And in order to get clients chasing you, you need to be visible, and even those introverts out there, do not worry about it, because we've got a way of being able to get on companies' radars, yeah, without actually having to say, woohoo, look at me, I'm here and I'm doing a video or something like this. I'm not saying that you have to do what I'm doing at the moment in time, but I am saying that you are going to need to be more proactive. Yeah, because you do need to get on those companies' radar. So really start thinking about it, not just waiting for the opportunity to land on your lap, but what can you start to do to start initiating some of that groundwork? So one of the things that we actually do is we use LinkedIn to get you visible, and it's definitely something, particularly in COVID, that we could be doing and getting traction with maybe your dream 100, types of employers. So, what have we learned today? Most people, hopefully, you can see this. You're great within the four walls that you work in. You get fantastic results. The problem is that knowledge is not conveyed outside of those four walls. That ultimately is what we try to do for people. Secondly, your LinkedIn profile and your CV is basically what you've done. It's not really geared to what the company wants. And let's be honest, you get hired simply because there's a problem, and they think that you're the solution to that problem. So it makes sense in my eyes that we create a CV and a LinkedIn profile that's bang on purpose. And thirdly, a lot of people have relied on other people's introductions. And I want you to be really honest with yourself. Can your CV or your LinkedIn profile, be strong enough, without somebody's introduction? That's what I'm asking you. Is it strong enough that it conveys who you are and what you can do for that company? And if not, yeah, you do need to be looking at contacting us. As I said, one final point, just to recap, is that you really need to be seeing this, is that most people come to a career coach when there is a pain attached. But to me, this is all about career management. If you are always looking for that next position or want to be on people's radar, then you will need to be proactive. And these are the minimum things. The absolute minimum is your LinkedIn profile and your CV needs to be at a certain standard, because you are a commodity. You might not think this, but you actually are a commodity. And it's my job to be able to sell you in a way that makes it clear to that company that you're the right candidate. And the third point is that it's not about just waiting for the magic to happen. I'm a big believer in kind of saying, okay, how can we put you out there? And we can do this even for the introverts out there as well. So hopefully this has given you something to think about. And if you're interested, please book in for a complimentary breakthrough session to work out the number one reason why you're not getting the types of roles that you're looking for, and let's look at how we can help you to take that forward. Okay, speak soon. Take care.